people. My name is Matt. This is Babel. Mother. You're going to have a wonderful time here. The first hour is going to be full of Babel performers doing amazing pieces about mother. And the back half is going to be an open mic section where if you have pieces, performances, or anything else you want to do, it's pretty cool. I know I said that the first time, but it's refreshing when somebody came in. I was asked to start hosting. I don't know what Diamond was like, but a few housekeeping things. So, bathrooms, out. So, the doors you came into, if we're imagining this is the door, I've just stepped in. It's like right here. I'm gonna do it from this direction. Okay, we've all just stepped in.
Into the door?
So we've all just stepped into the front door for bathrooms. Well, my bad directions, but we all just stepped in. Bathrooms are here to your left, okay? So out by where the door is here to the left, that's where the restrooms are. Yeah, she's with me, all right, cool. Second housekeeping thing, this is a safe space, so if you have any pieces or anything that's be careful. I would say the trigger warnings, keep in mind anything that you have that might pull somebody's body back to a very terrible time. Give them the opportunity to separate themselves. Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Are you ready to go? She's not ready to go. So, let me tell you about, outside of that, as many of you have seen, we have wonderful light refreshments at the front. Snacks, beverages of all kinds and assortments. Let's see, I'm trying to make sure I hit all that in the checklist. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna be killing time. How's everybody's week been? Wonderful? Yeah, okay. Well, tell me more. What was great about the week?
I mean, just been productive.
I like that. Okay.
I like good productivity.
Yeah, no, listen.
Matt, if you want to give us a warm-up poem, you're more than welcome.
Oh, I've been told to give a warm-up poem. Oh, we're gonna get started. Okay. I'm very happy the week went very well. A productive week is always good. Me personally, I be having really good days, and I be like, there goes my life.
What goes up must come down.
You know what I mean? It's all a cycle.
You just gotta double back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Down once, but twice up. Or whatever, I don't know. I'm bad with coming up with phrases. But, so, how many people here have ever been to a poetry event? Like, is this anybody's first time?
No.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I phrased that wrong.
Who did phrase that wrong? It's my first Babel.
First Babel, John? Okay, cool. Who here has never been to a poetry event at all? Everybody's a veteran. I love it. Okay. So we know at poetry events we like, yeah, and then like we hit a little whoop if we like really like something. Okay, cool. First Babel event, you're gonna love it. Hope you're loving it already. So I'm gonna do a little sacrificial poet thing. I'm gonna give you a little piece. You know what I'm saying? Something on actual theme. And then during that poem, you guys, just as an anything, if you like something you snappy, you might do a little and then at the end I'll be like, huh. So all the love you show, like any performer going up tonight, if it's a Babel poet or if it's any one of you, we're gonna test it out on me. I'm gonna be the sacrifice. Let's figure this out. Okay. So, what I have for you is a piece from, it's certainly pre-pandemic, maybe like 2016 or 17 I made this. That was a different guy back then, I was much cooler. Anyways, this piece is called Palm Oil. My mother says, blood is thicker than water, but palm oil is thicker than blood. And in our laughter, I hear the echo of my grandmother calling out to passerbys to buy bags of plantains and bottles of Fanta. The kind they don't sell in this country any longer because of the way that the glass dances in the fizz of each drink. The kind you can't have a good time without on my mom's old block. And this is what I'd imagine knowing any sentence in Yoruba feels like. A nostalgia that predates my essence resting on my tongue, waiting on my beck and call to add to the weight of the collection of memories it carries, a cloud of sweet blades bubbling at the back of my throat when I'm forced to swallow the pride of my bloodline. There is some agency in saying you are what you eat. You would think my accent and pronunciation would get better if I inhaled jollof rice daily. You would think eating dodo would clear my throat enough for Yoruba to come flowing through my teeth like busted floodgates, but no. I still don't know what it means to lean on the language my parents fall in and out of love in. I still crave casual conversation on buses with strangers that are Oluwa someone or Ade something. Mother says palm oil is thicker than blood, and I laugh because I've checked and been used as reference. Been called out of all this black for being African and all this African for being alive. Like I don't bleed either, like we really bleed different. If I can't speak the language, what is the proof of my lineage? Weren't we built from the same blueprint? Even if my tongue isn't as quick as yours, don't my heart got an Afro beat too hard to follow? For those who haven't broken in their 2 left feet, can't you tell where I'm from by the way that my blood dances instead of beats when it gets cut? Bones pop like caps off of glass bottles in the presence of a talking drum. Crack me open and find the catacomb in which my grandmother's ghost resides. Still seeing good times, still selling good times and nostalgia by the ounce for all the souls that passed me by.
Hey.
Shoba Yoruba is not a question I fear, it is one that I answer every time. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So that's a poem. We are semi-micless. We don't, the mic that we have don't connect to the same. So all performers are going to be projecting today. And if you they got the
We'll see.
Oh, we'll see. We're gonna see. All right, so I'm good to go. All right, hold on. Y'all don't know nothing about it. What should I know about B Money? Hold on. This person right here, this is this is Bella. Bella is Babel's acting president. Amazing person. Let's get on Bella real quick, yeah. I'm about to, amazing person, wonderful, put this all together, has been managing the org this year. I know all the baby Babel in the back are like, yeah, Bella. But I just want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you do your thing, let me get out of the way.
Hi everyone, my name is Bella. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Sorry we're starting a little bit later. There was many a mishap, but you know, if we make it in the end, we make it in the end, and we've made it through together. So, my name is Bella. I tell people to remember it because my last name is Rena, so it sounds like ballerina. I am the president of Babel this year. It's my first year as president, following in a long line of black lesbian lineage. Shout out to Amir. Yeah, so this is my first end of the year showcase as acting president. This year has been stressful in a number of ways, but also so gratifying in a number of ways. I was just telling the collective outside during our warm-up that throughout my time in college, Babel has been the thing that has kept me alive, which sounds intense to say, but it is true. In college, I've come closer to death than ever before in my lifetime, and being able to be in this space and now being able to curate this space with both my own image and the collective image has been the thing that's kept me on the ground and made me believe that maybe I do have a purpose here, and maybe I am supposed to be here in front of you all today. So we have a showcase lined up. It's called Mother Tongues. We're going to be exploring so many different themes about language, authenticity, culture, who you are innately. I really love the work that everyone's done. I'm really proud of everyone. So the first half of the set is just going to be all us, and we're going to be talking and poetry and all the other things that we do. Yeah, I guess without further ado, hope you like it. Checking.
Hello? Hello? Hey, here we are. Okay.
All right, this should be good. All right.
All right, Brett? Okay. All right. Can y'all hear me good? How's that sound to y'all? Good, solid-ish? Yeah?
Buzz, Matthew. I don't like that buzz.
The buzz?
So this piece is titled Mama's Garden. In Mama's garden, I am a cherished flower, nurtured by her love. With the tender touch of a seasoned gardener, my mother tends to me with unwavering devotion. Blessed with the greenest thumb, she ensures only the best bees pollinate me. Pours her anointed love into my soil. With each day, she carefully tends to my needs, plucks away flawed petals to ensure that I thrive. I am her only garden. No propagation needed. She plants a love, poetry, and wisdom around me and consistently speaks life into me. As I blossom under her care, I become a reflection of her love, rooted in her values and fostered by her wisdom. Together, we harmonize. With the rhythms of nature, our bond is unbreakable. Our love is everlasting. In Mama's garden, I am safe. In Mama's garden, I am home. She not only nurtures my body, but also nourishes my soul. With each word she speaks, each story she shares, she plants seeds of inspiration in me. Her words resonate through my being, guiding me on my journey of growth and self-love. Like a seedling reaching for the sun, I stretch and I grow, drawing strength from her love and wisdom. Her attributes become mine, passed down through generations, a legacy of resilience, compassion, and grace. In every poem I write, I can feel her presence, her spirit guiding my pen, infusing my verses with her essence. She is the muse behind my words, the inspiration that fuels my creativity. For she is more than just my mother. She is guiding star, my guardian angel, my earthly connection to the divine. In her love, I find solace. In her wisdom, I find guidance. In her presence, I find peace. In Mama's garden, I am rooted in love, nurtured by her care, and blessed with the gift of her voice. And as I bloom into the woman she raised me to be, I am grateful for every moment spent in her presence, every lesson learned at her feet, and every word that she has shared with me. For in this garden, I have found my home. I have found my purpose, and I have found my voice. And I suggest all Babel members also plug themselves. So you can follow me on Instagram at Mary Z Mance, MaryZMance. And next up we have Illusion of Motherhood by Chance Reese.
Moon has craters the size of what seems to be what can inevitably come out of my vagina. They say 5 raccoons can fit in there. I suggest you look it up. It is real, and it's a fitting hyperbole for both of them. If I birthed enough children would I be deemed the Messiah I once was? You were such an easy child. Look at how much you've accomplished. You're so mature for your age. I still feel my eyes bulge out of my head when I'm trying to impress someone. Bulging out of my head, gawking at every feature, making sure I don't see a gibbous crescent. But if I am moon, then Mom, be it earth. Born to cradle and forced to let go, Mama has work. Mama has the kids, Mama has the baby daddy, Mama has the other baby daddy, Mama has the other baby daddy, and Mama still holds a smile so strong. Something I see is her smile cracking. If Mom wasn't the giving tree, would she be deemed the Messiah she once was? Shaved to a stump, and yet still the tree was happy, knowing nothing, yet everything, as the moon rotates the earth, and yet still only ever sees the same side. A fitting hyperbole, all three of them. They say 5 raccoons can fit in there, and indeed, about the size of 5 raccoons have come out. Over and over and over again, but Mom, I see you. I see you. If Mom is the giving tree, then I am the sapling that will eventually give back. And if Mom is earth, then Abuela, you are galaxy. Being the thing that pulls everything together and inevitably pushes everything away, being the fuser and the separator. But it was your time, wasn't it? If Abuela didn't go so silently, would she be deemed the Messiah she once was? Being nothing but a disc containing the past. But to me, Abuela, you are more than that. I see you. I see you saying things, and this is for those who know Spanish, just saying. Si tu marido te golpe, choca una olla de arroz. Eso no se hace. Eso no se hace. Y no te cases después de 60. Trick of the trade, only known by those who suffocate. Suffocate under the obligation, whether unbeknownst or not, to tear open the void between their legs and summon stars, to start everything on our own, the Big Bang. And yet I still feel my eyes widen when trying to impress someone. How foolish of me. Did I forget the lineage of royalty I hail from? If Abuela could have owned a bank account, if Abuela could have married who she wanted, if Abuela could have had the privilege to learn how to spell, could she have been more than birthing the 5 raccoons over and over and over again? That God is here? To that question, I answer, she was. Foreign language. Apologies. Foreign language.
find out.
Hello, class. Today I spoke a foreign language. Saying words I only spoke conversationally, ones I only ever stood intermediately, but today I was fluent. I suddenly understood I have the power to break curses. At least that's what they call them. I think it's more of a mentality we've been brainwashed into believing. Got kings and queens, were forced to think they were jesters, got niggas using oppression to greet each other, and bitch, to love one another. My mother taught me this. Because her mother did, and her mother, and her mother, but I'm the one who read the fine print. I've realized I'm more than mere entertainment. I'm bigger than my body, but I am my spirit. I'm in love with my mind. My body doesn't have a property sign on it. I'm not for sale, either is my soul. I don't have to put a pin on the line for a struggling female lead where the casting call reads, looking for a strong black woman. Has to be angry or jaded by her past, but not when the world is watching, then she's just ghetto. She has to be hiding it behind a smile and a good sense of humor. Biting her tongue until it bleeds, she'll serve the others, be a supporting role, the help. I've seen how it ends. So why did I play my role so well? For love, for time, for validation, when no matter how well I played my role of martyr or how deep I put my nails in my skin for their sins, I've never been a prophet. Always just been an angel. Never a god. On my knees for their conviction, the way they broke their breadcrumbs of attention seemed just so holy. I broke fast with false prophets and false notions. I was never religious, but I've nurtured gods with big egos. I've gone against my nature and let them eclipse my light, all to get fucked over in the end. Not just with men, I've had friends who became foes and people with fangs, but it's not their fault. I made myself a doormat with a welcome sign on it. Don't vampires need to be invited in? So I played my role until preservation became a priority. And there I found my mother's pain. I was at the mercy of myself, a victim, drained, lost, and afraid with a smile on my face. This is what good black women do, isn't it? I prayed to a God I don't understand the same way I don't understand my mother. Through salvation, I found a truth, and I knew God was real, or at least that she loved me, the same way you love a child, reminiscent of how my mother loved me. She gave me a life, and I forget how precious it is. But in quiet moments with nature, I feel my mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother. We are the universe. I am her, and she lives within me, good and bad, martyr and God. You can't control forces of nature. I can only honor its duality. I pay attention to the light I paint my mother in because you can catch the same ones on my bad side, especially when you catch me off guard. At least she taught me to not take this world for granted. She's opened my mind. Together, my mother and I have formed a language of exploration. I have a body of eyes and an even stronger mind. I've touched seeds in countries far away that I've planted within myself. I've got loving ears just like my mother, but she hears who you really are. I seem to taste that pain in the mouths of men who could never love me the way I deserve. I guess I have her senses. But I got my nose from my father. I can smell a good meal from a bad one. She marvels at how much I'm like him. She doesn't say anything when I hit her with my words the same way he did, where it hurts, because I forget she's not bulletproof. And I always seem to save my biggest one. Since I've learned a foreign language, one that women with skin that can only shine in sunlight aren't taught in school, I've tried to teach my mother too. a language my grandmother never talked in, a kinder tongue that's still tough but rooted in love. No obligations, I speak in affirmations such as I am worthy of the good things in life and I love unconditionally even if it's from a distance. Boundaries don't have to feel like barriers. I'll allow my mother to live within me, savoring freedom on her taste buds despite the odds and a fall from grace or two. She's let hope live on the tip of her tongues until she believed she was brave enough to swallow. I can follow in her footsteps without losing myself, and I'll leave a legacy that tastes just as sweet because now I am fluent in a language that was once foreign, and I think it's because I finally understand that mother is more than just a word, but it is to be a force of nature. I hope you all enjoyed. My name is Kyla. I guess I'll plug myself because Mary told me to, and I do what Mary says. My Instagram is Kai, K-Y, Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R .21. If you want to follow me, I don't really post my poetry on there, but if you want to follow me, that'd be cool. Up next, we have Sarah, an invocation to Reservoir, and it's beautiful, so I hope you all enjoy it.
I'm gonna, hello everyone. Let me find my light. I'm gonna start mine off a little bit differently. Seeing as we're in the middle of the show, we're in this space together. I'm gonna do a little breathing exercise. If not for your peace of mind, then for mine. Because I have stage fright. So I'm gonna need everyone to take a collective deep breath in. One more. One more. This is an invocation, so something I do a lot, and this is like prayer. I repeat things. So one of the things I repeat is hum, hush, that is meant to, well, we'll see what it's meant to do, but I want you to repeat that after me, so go hum, hush,
Hum, hush,
Okay, one more time.
Hum, hush,
Let's do it together.
Hum, hush,
I feel closer to you guys already. Invocation to the Reservoir, Part 1, The River That Leads. One serene Sunday at spring's beginning, I stopped writing. The tap ran dry, the reservoir barren, I was tired. I accepted that I could make sense of nothing, that there was nothing to make sense of. I followed this feeling, Writing became folly. Old friends, lovers, memories, enemies, and regret became inconsequential, as if they were passing thoughts careening down a rushing river, polluted by the past. No longer stories, just past. I didn't care. The source must come from somewhere else. Hush, hum, shh. I put my regret and spite in canoes, on paper sailboats, on pieces of fucking driftwood. No wondering if she's eating, whether or not he felt sorry, and not once did I question if their name would rhyme, if we had just had better timing. I don't ask, what was it all for? Was I wrong? And will I be the one that drowns them when their boats reach the bend? The boats reach the bend, only to disappear. I stand in brambles and grass, bee stings whispering the last ifs, imagines, and goodbyes into the flesh of my thighs. I refuse to alliterate, I refuse to rhyme, so I'm quiet. The only sound is the silence of what's to come, and the soft streams of white water eroding the bedrock of the river, eroding me. I walk away trying not to scratch at scars and close paper cuts. The source, the reservoir. must flow from somewhere else. Part 2, back into the ocean. Another serene Sunday, the source remains parched. I have not written anything real or coherent in months. Saline tears take current through my wounds while I drown under waves of unwashed comforters. Just when I think I've emptied myself for naught, my grandmother calls from far away. Melodic Creole breaks and crashes over English to ask me how I'm doing, to encourage sleep, peace, pray, spoonfuls of honey and garlic, a ripe orange. She lists these remedies freely like they live inside her. Care and thoughts of herbs envelop me, but belly full, behind drunk, I'm still empty. The source must come from somewhere else. Hush. Shh. I know things, of course. I know to hand a knife off by the handle, to never climb coconut trees after dark. I know when a cricket game has come on in the other room, the distinct aroma of my mother's chicken stew, that everything must smell vaguely of curry in a Guyanese house, and to always say good evening. But I do not know what lives inside me, what other bodies of water in my soul I can extract, what to draw on besides pain. I do not know where to go, where to belong. The source must come from somewhere else. Hush, shh. So I asked my grandmother for the water in her reservoir to replenish mine. Always inspired, she obliges me with stories, songs and folk tales and colloquialisms I usually die to create. It flows out of her with ease. Suddenly, I am alluvial mud swept out to the sea. North currents carry me to the Atlantic. I wear the long, coarse braids that were once my mother's. I'm stubborn as she, outspoken and beautiful. Perpetually barefoot, the hot sand exfoliating my blistered feet. A sea breeze brushes my cheek with promises of mango fish curry, a full stomach. I bathe in the stories happily with my bare skin, sunspots, scars, moles, and cellulite. I bathe in a vast ocean from which my mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother brought wooden buckets filled with water on their backs to put out hot coals, to escape to something better, to share with those they love, to bathe and be cleansed, to drink. Were they too terrified when they realized the world was more than God, blown through a longhorn, or hiding from old high and Hindu death ceremonies? Would they know what it felt like to have the reservoir inside of you be boiled down and evaporated? The reservoir breaks through. The source is an entire ocean. When I return to the home I've made amongst the sickness, bitten tongues, gardens, cornerstone, stories, and cosmos, sometimes I'll lament, sometimes I'll mourn. I'll say sardonically through narrow eyes, I must go away to the sea. But still, I'll smile. The sea within, the warm ocean's water in my vein, as my heart beats, bobs along its waves, I wait for my grandmother to speak. Hush, shh. One serene Sunday at summer's end, I start writing, and I don't stop.
A letter. I hope you all don't resent me for the world and I's most recent ends. For you, I could have tried harder, and I'm failing now again. When my control organ shuts down and I call my grandma too late at night, I get scared because I feel my constant story go the wrong way. Instead of out my mouth, it goes into my mind. I might be writing when I shouldn't be. There's too much of me for paper therapy this time. Overall, I'm lucky, but I still feel a compulsion, I don't know why, to wish Ma had loved me in the way I needed so I could be nuclearly Americanized. I'm glad she takes you to roller skating rinks, though I'm not sure it means you'll be fine. One day, I'll tell you about a girl I knew. She had people and stories and still died. Thinking about it makes me want to go back to golden Spanish Harlem. Summers chased me. I lose myself through my own skin in the heat, but hey, at least they were mine. Dad won't be the same now. He's softer, a different guy. Suburbia stopped him from being city skyscraper high. When I was brought inside, his roof had never caved in. Now he's rebuilt the house a few times, but it's been ages. Now he won't ever want basket cases full of emotion and court-sanctioned divides. You'll go to the mall on the weekends and learn to drive. You'll go to the city and only stay in the parts that the transplants died. All the while, you'll never get to see who I was when I lived on my cross street line. You two boys will see American football games that are not album covers and date whoever's in the air during twirls. The baby might end up being one of them. She'll slip into that little skirt and never think about what it means to be a girl. We're so different. You won't know the him that got so mad and only had fast car and the CD slide. The guy I used to know is from a Dancing Queen birthday ago, but you'll think we're similar because both of our moms cook with Maggie. However, yours is on your side. You, the one who swears it never snows. Yours is the only future where I won't have a seat at the show. Will you be heartbroken and grow up to reach for things you can't grab, or will you be unable to miss something you never really had? If you want, I got questions for you to answer, but I'm not sure you want me to know you since there'll always be interview glass. You might be the only one even interested in hearing my story. I won't tell it to you. I can't tell if it's real or if it's my need for sympathy reigning in its glory. It's funny. We're all different shades of diaspora tan, so you'll never want to peel back my body and see my mind's true colors, but please understand the parental mix I got was just a bad hand. I love you all one way or another. Thank you. The descent.
The Empress, on a pedestal so high God wouldn't dare climb. Te voy a pegar, followed by the feeling of being gripped from the ear, pulling skin and nerves down to a thread, unwinding the chain of each cell. Screams that are only allowed to echo throughout your mind, and you feel a powerful presence watching, followed by a hug as deep as a punch in the gut. And you realize, this is going to be a terrible night. Expectations. Betrayal on a pedestal so high God wouldn't dare climb. And it's not your fault you can't reach them. No, it's not even hers. They're ingrained deeper. Thoughts braided to scalp, bloody parts lining 6 messy cornrows, no edges left out. The pedestal. Brown but painted, blonde but painted, a brownish blonde, roots grown in, aspirations wrapped up in a silk scarf made of 100% polyester. If I were to jump, which would I hit first, the version of me you expected or the ground? Would the speed of free fall dissolve my edges, mold me into the perfect person? I'm standing at the foot of your pedestal, the Neanderthalic and hieroglyphs, the cave drawings I spent so much time drawing are gone. Power washed away down the sink drain. All that's left is the smell of sulfur 8. Did those ever truly exist? Yes or no? You'd probably say the latter. Oh, but you would have probably also wanted me sadder if it was more lucrative. Because we never spoke about what truly matters. No anxiety or the perils of poetry. You just can't leave the house with all this, looking broke or like a joke. So prepared to embrace what's inevitable, I stand at the foot of your pedestal with a fork and a sledgehammer in hand, eating the future. Poem. An ode to my speech therapist.
Body, obey me not. Misbehaving dog, in need of spit, a sweating spray bottle. Sounds I neglect to set spiraling, for fear I frame myself your fool. To make sense, I cease to speak at all. That's why I don't talk in death. Tongue sepulchral in my mouth, lips agape, only to apologize or praise you. I can't even say sorry without whisper of 1,000 silhouettes. That's why I don't make mistakes. In my dreams, I pretend I'm deaf. Statuesque hands about my face, pretty and silent. Pretty because silent. The only word she sold was lisp. Left me semi-scarred, enunciation stained, but here I'm fluent in mute. Putrid, porcelain lips left ever unsmudged for quiet. Eyes aglow with stuttering, inconspicuous specks of sparkling, musing on my spine snapping, teeth leaking out all sacramental, sin splintered supine on sullied sheets. That's why I don't talk in church. Don't go to church. The only untouched syllable is God. This skin, a curse on your streets, this too solid flesh. Somewhat white, bright as rapture, sewing self shut with sweet, seamless prayer. How can I repent for the hours you've heard me? That's why I don't talk to you when I can stop myself. Thanks. Guys, wait. Shams and Chris are back. This is Sunday supper, and it's good.
chirping at the first glance of sunlight. Pan dulce from Oteris, a book, a corner of a room, the smell of coffee from a greca on the stove, the horizon, a rooftop, a blanket, one singular glass, wine, an apple, a knife, a breeze, grass, a body of water, silence. Dusk, a singular tear, shaky hands, an hour, a headache, bees, bees, bees.
A nap,
Un sueño,
a phone call,
una llamada,
a smile,
una sonrisa,
a myriad of calm
una
thoughts,
mirada de piensos,
rice,
calmadas, arroz,
beans,
habichuelas,
salchichas,
salchichas,
sofrito, sazón, a pinch of adobo,
chin de adobo,
my mother's
los
hug,
abrazos de mi
my
madre,
father's grin,
la sonrisa de mi padre,
my siblings'
mis
foolishness,
hermanos jodiéndose,
some glue to fix the crack in the window,
pegamiento para fijar los golpes en la ventana,
my grandmother's soyujos
los
I never
oídos de
ate,
mi abuela que no comí,
my grandmother's stories which never
las
got told,
historias de mi abuela que no vimos,
my mother's stories not
las
getting told,
historias de mi madre que no estás
the
diciendo,
choking in her
ahogando
throat,
en su garganta.
doobies my mom used to put on my
Dubis, mi
head so I
madre
could match
puso en mi
her,
cabeza para
lighter,
hacer mellizas, un mechero,
an incense,
un incienso,
a prayer to Yamaya,
una oración para Yamaya,
las caracas de calle, my accent,
mi acento,
my confidence in who I am,
confianza en que yo
confidence in
soy,
my culture,
confianza
in
en
my
mi cultura, en
identity,
mi identidad, el cabrón que me trató
the
y
bitch who tried me and got
escapó,
away,
un torce,
a wrench,
unos
some nuts,
tornillos,
bolts,
su goma
their tire,
y un
a bloody
nudillo
knuckle.
llena de sangre.
This is the grocery list of a former Boricua.
Now a Puerto Rican.
The Puerto Rican kids cry in English as they go to pick up these groceries,
Hands red as apples.
running down the street in the groups of two.
Twins tripping over the cracks in the concrete.
Spanglish has carried them on its back, like
Itiva
Itiva Tarubaba.
Carried us all the way to the grocery store,
Her presence was felt on its path,
and the broken streams of water puddling on the concrete,
in the flames of heat from the sun suckling sweat off our backs,
and the green grass and trees that somehow seem to always seem so vibrant.
and in the cool breeze that all the stray dogs are praying for.
Her twins fueled this list,
Reading each item in English but feeling them in Spanish,
staring at this list like the European
who
colonizers.
stared at our symbols on caves and walls.
Can you look at these and taste
The
the
taino.
taino?
Did you read them and smell the silence? Can you hear the Spanglish that would soon replace our mother's tongue?
They tried to slaughter
Itiva Tarubaba. Men whose values aligned with
disease,
starvation,
murder,
devastation,
will marvel at the beauty,
after the fact,
take what they need
from
from
the
the
aisles of her grocery store, sitting in our duho. They drank the water from each
and
botiza,
threw them to the ground.
left nothing but
Shattered ceramic.
these sharp ceramic pieces line the path,
Each Boricua kid must traverse to get to her.
bloody feet all in the grocery store.
Bloody footprints show the way.
Our last resort.
A great idea.
Just close your eyes.
Pretend to be blind.
Finally,
A fresh breath.
I don't
of
need to
air.
feel guilty about my
My
Spanish. The Europeans invented Braille,
To help us in situations like this.
their own version of symbols,
Each aisle lined with these.
as they attempt to feel the labels of
Plátano, salami, and cheese.
panic sets in.
Panicking frantically, fingers running across the bumps.
I can't read.
I can't read.
I can't
The
read.
Braille is in Spanish as well.
Checkout
But has come, it's time to hit the register.
Let's hope she doesn't comment on my accent.
Let's hope she knows the pain of Itiva or the perils of her children.
Us. That she knows of the symbols left on cave walls.
And the broken potisas which left us no clues. Which forced us to speak in English, sleep in Spanish, dream in Spanglish.
Hello, beautiful, wonderful people. So, that was the showcase. We're going to have a 10-minute intermission. Can we say 10-minute intermission? The energy, everybody's with it. Okay, so we're going to have a 10-minute intermission. So if you want any kind of refreshments, food, snacks, drinks, or whatever else, everything is there. Restrooms are by the door. There's like a little yellow sign that says restroom on it. So restrooms are by the front door that you come into. We'll be back in 10, yeah? guys had a question mark. So what an open mic is we have a sign-up list of all the people that want to do performances. You know what I'm saying? If we got, I think, one more spot left if you're interested. You have one more spot on the open mic list if you want to go. But we're gonna get this party started. I don't know if there's anybody still outside, but that's fine. All right, so, almost kicked down. Okay. So, how is it gonna go? I'm gonna go on deck. Can we say on deck? On deck. And when I say on deck, that means the person after the person performing, that's who they are. So they can get ready, they can be like, I'm gonna do this poem soon, they can get ready to go. So, on deck we have J. Marie. Clap it up for J. Marie. So coming to the stage right now, we have Ellie. Can we do a big for Ellie? Where are you? There you are. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Hi everyone. I'm going to be doing a poem called A Ballad That's Going to Be Screamed.
Ooh.
Swallow, rinse, repeat. Swallow, rinse, repeat. Swallow, rinse, repeat. I don't like to rhyme because it reminds me of the time when I was 9 and lost my goddamn mind confined in a state-funded ward. Wait, I lied. I wasn't actually 9 at the time I taught myself to rhyme while confined, losing my damn mind. But what I can tell you is this. I come from a town called the sweetest place on earth where kids find their sweetness taking hits and downs because of what else is there to do in a place that reeks like cow shit. So I sit here writing this poem instead of smoking a cigarette. Sirens glare louder against my skull. Lightning, spiders the sky. As I tell you, never ask me to fucking rhyme. Mr. Robot, Mr. Robotussin man, try until you can't, because you can't do anything, man. Dope, sick, and stupid, laid out on the couch, bloody, stupid, filthy liar mouth. Now it is you who sits confined in your concrete box with little stained glass windows that reflect the sunlight, once catching my childish gaze, peeking over the hills behind the cornfields as I step behind mother's car, wondering what kind of men are inside of there. Tornado warning in effect until 7:30. Seek shelter immediately. Lock the doors. Turn off all the lights. Open the window. Wait for the foundations of the building to start to shake. Why don't you get away from the window before the glass breaks? Why don't you leave an abusive person? Swallow, rinse, repeat. Swallow, rinse, repeat. Swallow, rinse, repeat.
This is Ellie's Baby Babel. Can we clap it up for Baby Babel? Yeah. Is there a first performance here? Do you want to play yourself? Socials, do anything like that? No. Okay. Don't worry about it. You'll catch Ellie when you catch Ellie. All right. All right. That was wonderful. Okay. So, on deck. Can we say on deck? On deck. We've got Kalila Jones. Yeah. Clap it up for Kalila. Yeah. But coming to the stage right now, we have J. Marie. Clap it up for J. Yeah.
My R2 friends, and that's every single one of y'all that's here in Vietnam. So I don't know what I want to do. Like, y'all want some new shit or y'all want some old shit? New shit. Okay. Heard that. Okay. All right. New shit. So this is called God Blessed It. Like instead of God damn it, God blessed it.
Yes.
There's a book in the library that's never been checked out. Its pages are worn and read, and in some places torn. Notes taken in the margins in red and purple ink. People bled over these words. They cried tears over her stories and blurred the ink, then rewrote passages and included them into the binding. It became a true group effort to preserve and protect the patterns, so that no man could say he didn't know how to love her properly, only that he never had any intentions to do so in the first place. There's a book in the library with my name on the cover. And included on the pages and within the bindings are the stories that made the woman you see before you today. A true group effort of deceit, manipulation, love, rape, and nightmares of happily ever afters. A true romantic tragedy. Etched on the bindings of my spine are instructions, guidelines of where fingertips and kisses should flow, should you ever feel the need to show, not tell me that you always got my back when I'm down. My hugs are like roads less traveled among frost-lined, raven-filled avenues and po' in the poorhouse at peak of winter, good for the stirring and settling of the soul in a world that treats reading poetry as a chore. Embedded in my core is a desire to create. And if everything I do in love, and if every word I speak, I pray for the leading of my tongue and the settling of my worrying heart, that no man can damn what God has blessed. There's a freedom that I'm not chasing, I'm settled in. There's a wild woman who lives inside, who understands a 9 to 5 is used to fund living dreams all the time. But also, that you can never put baby in a box or the corner, and that superstars like night creatures are the most subtly beautiful ways to shine. And that if eyes should find mine and take it upon themselves to blurry the fine lines between admitted truths and flat out lies, then we'll have issues that are beyond my design. That wild woman has a bone to pick with anyone who dares to try to hurt me without me giving them a reason to yet. And maybe this is the part of the story that makes everyone backtrack. The part where it's revealed that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And that so long as you're wrapped in the web of the discernment spectrum, those same spirits once called upon to heal you will protect me at your expense. The B-side, the B movies, the bitch what the fuck you just say to me moments. Almost forgotten stories, but the dissonance causes so much resistance and garners so much attention. Anyone who's here should be prepared for it. But as jazz cat lovers know, sometimes you just have to close your eyes and listen with it. Don't ask any questions, just be in the moment with it. And in due time, the familiar motif of my smile will again return to shine. And I'm not too proud or blind to not apologize when I'm wrong. And I'm always willing to make sense of things. Arguments don't have to be death sentences to relationships, as long as we're both truly committed to the process. And that intimacy, like creating things, is a delicate God-given gift that we should never take for granted. Again, my name is Jay Marie, Jay Marie to every single one of y'all. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Pebbly. That is PEBBLYY_. Again, that is Pebbly, PEBBLYY_. Exactly. Thank y'all.
Okay. All right, party people. So on deck we have Amir coming for Amir. Okay. Coming to the stage right now. We have Khalil.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying? Let me get out the way.
Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm Kalila, and I'm an alum of Babel, so it's always happy to come back to a Babel event. You know, this is a piece that I've never shared ever recently, and I'm like, what better place to kind of test it out, feel it out, perform it out than right here.
Here. Yes.
All in due time. 23 years old, and no longer is there a grandmother to tuck you into bed, to lean in with a kiss on the forehead that wafts warm vanilla and sugar onto your cherub's nose after she whispers, "Sleep well, my darling." These days you lie awake, taken aback by the presence of a cold room, a colder bed. Gone are the days of your father waking you each morning to the smell of pancakes and bacon, breakfast burritos loaded with scrambled eggs and home fries, nor the mini waffles and orange juice as he hums himself a Motown classic. Girl, you say you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. I refuse to let you go. These days you push the limits, dare the alarm clock to sing a song that actually moves you to euphoric tears, a standing ovation even, a melody to swoop you up and out of your bed, a ballad to dress you, and a chord progression to feed you. Anything to break through apathy's veil as you open your eyelids. 23 years old, and no matter how many times you wish upon a star or make a prayer, there's still no one there to wipe your tear-stained face, nor kiss your migraine forehead, nor share a home-cooked breakfast with, or nuzzle into on cold nights. Gone are the elementary school evenings, defined by top-secret giggles and posing questions and chatting with your younger brother from across the room until one of you fell asleep. 23 years old, and no amount of rumination or processing will bring back the assorted lovers you lost, nor the qualities of childhood you placed in their care. They are not going to grieve your late grandmother with you, nor emulate the parental love you decided that you outgrew. When we grow up, we trade one family for another, seeking one of our own design that helps us start the day and listens to us and nurtures us, and you know, for some, ... is too. Now are the days of finding our own inner strength by any means, of filling your own cup and crying it out till your head hurts. It's okay to cry. Now are the days to embrace both transition and uncertainty, to hear your mother's voice say, all in due time, and to let that be enough. Thank you. You know, I have to tell people one little thing. If you're looking for poetry, you're not going to find it online, but you will find hats like this and more.
What else?
Maybe a garment or two, a backpack, a little plushie at Kalila Crochet on Instagram, and artbykalilaj.com. New domain just dropped.
We do prideful plugs around here. That's okay. Okay, so on deck.
On deck.
Thank you. I just want to see if you guys are on it. We're not on it. On deck we have Anna Sophia, clap our friends. And we're coming to the stage right now. We have Amir. Clap it up for Amir.
Hi everyone. Hi. My name's Amir. I am the former president of Babel, and I'm super honored to touch the stage tonight. So if you've seen me perform before, you know that I do a bit of a performance ritual where I touch the floor and thank it and the space for letting us all be in it and be able to share today. So if you want to join me with that, you can feel free to touch the floor or touch someone next to you to ground you. I'm going to just do that and take a couple deep breaths, and then we'll start. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about motherhood recently, so I love this theme. And I've also been thinking about how when you become an adult, you become your own mother in a lot of ways, and as the firstborn daughter, there's a lot of that. A lot of that, yeah. And so the last couple of years, I've experienced a lot of grief, and in grief, you are your own mother as well. And so this piece is to the first boy I ever lost. And so I'm kind of constantly speaking to him, but this poem is one for him as well. When the sun gets too heavy to sit still in the sky, when the wind comes to remind me of its weightlessness, that is when I will remember you. On amber evenings, when the waves hold each other on shore edge, and each grain of sand through my fingers was something so much bigger somewhere else, that is when I will remember you. When pink seeps across the scraper line, and the clouds seem to sigh against one another, forfeit their skeletons for a chance to chase each other, I will look for you. At the crossroads of an unforgiving summer rain, in the March 19th of forever, in the Jose Cuervo bottles on the corner store window, at the base of your favorite birch tree, drip cupped water on sizzling sidewalk, eat ice lollies in the rain, bike after each other on steep hills, trail the breeze, I will find you. On the rooftop of a house I no longer live in the coffee shops down its street, in black hoodies, in journal page, in Disney soundtrack, in light beam. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I have like one other one. Is that fine? Okay, great. So I have one other one that I performed at Babel's last show, but it feels so like connected to this theme, so I felt like I'd share it. And this is about my actual mother, who is oceans away. I'm from South Africa. And so the poem is titled Come to Me in Molten Sand, / Mirrors on the Surface of the Sea. This body is a glass house that has swallowed too many heirlooms. This body lives on the sea. It sits where the rest of the world comes to breathe. It is a wishing well of other people's dreams, poems, placeholders. Some days, I stare at it in the mirror, hold black grooved hands to shoulders. This is more stakeout than admiration. This is my mother's Saturday eyes in the sunlight. This is my father's shoulder curve. I am trying to find ways to break into my body. I am trying to find small joys. I am trying to find smile lines in my face without my glasses on. I am trying to find myself in the mirror. I am trying to hold heirlooms in hands that don't have to take plane rides to feel something. I am trying to find home. I am trying to find home. I am trying to find home. I am trying to follow maps made in glass shards, track Cape Town to Philadelphia without wetting my fingers in blood, backspace, and salt water. I am trying to find home. Show my deepest limbs to the sun and tell them bleach me in my heartbreak. Pull grandmothers from my skin, birth me of the bottom of Africa, barefoot and buried. Can you imagine? This body is a building that holds so many stories I don't know yet. This body building, I am trying to find voice in this body. I am trying to find yours. I can see your face in mine, Mom. Everything I know about living, I mimicked from your motherhood. Everything I know about loving, I learned from you. Your wonder for glimmering architecture, houses that sparkle and shake as the wind blows, homes that hold me and you in the same city. This body is a glass house holding just enough heirloom to be homecoming. Thank you.
Where can they find you, Amir?
Oh, sorry. You can find me, at Amir's World, AMIRSWORLD. folks can join if they want to hear more of my poems, write more of their own, and are like trying to just find community of other people who write. So come to me after if you want to be involved in that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And shout out Mere Money, that's Babel's former president, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, all right, so on deck.
On deck!
Yes, thank you. On deck.
On deck!
So on deck we have Gabriel Ramirez. Clap it up for Gabriel. Coming to the stage right now we have Anna Sophia. Clap it up for Anna Sophia.
I don't know if that was me.
No, that was absolutely me.
Okay, sorry. All right, let's first find the page. That would be fun. Hi. Hey. I'm Anna Sophia, former Babel member. It's so nice to be back here. And okay, so context won't take too long. Passion project of mine is to put out, hopefully someday, fingers crossed, a chapbook of poems exploring kind of, there's like a list of things, like bilingualism, language, specifically Spanish, because that was my first language, gender identity, transness, linguistic colonialization, etc., and the likes, identity, family, culture, food,
Right.
etc. So anyway, this is, I thought this was very fitting for the theme because this is the first work in that collection. It's called Birth, Death, and all the words we speak in between. In Spanish, a mother doesn't call her daughter sweetheart. Instead, she says corazón de melón, which means heart of melon. And I think that's beautiful. In Spanish, a mother doesn't call her non-binary child beautiful. Instead, she says bella or bello, pretty like a girl, pretty like a boy, and I think that's heartbreaking. Such malleable souls trapped in such polarized tongues must be compressed to the point of explosion, shattering the tree and all its closely fallen apples, bark splintering into 1,000 shards of alguien que no se entiende a sí mismo. I whittle down words, excavating el ser humano que se está construyendo por medio de sus propias fuerzas. My heart of melon, my beautiful girl boy, mi engendro, my freak of nature, las palabras de mi mami drilled into a tender youth. As I sit on the purple velvet couch, as I set the table for dinner, as I carve my transness into existence, as I witness the evolution of whatever it is that binds us together. Let me give you a list. Yaqui, Shoshone, Nahuatl, Comanche, Cherokee, Quechua, Guarani, Quiche. This non-exhaustive commemoration of dying gender neutrality, these precious and unforgotten languages, this cherished facet of identity, stolen, mutilated, left to rot in a pool of spittle from the colonizer's tongue. I stand on my mountain I've built from the ashes of este idioma de español. I yell, you cannot colonize a language that is colonial in and of itself. Mi gente Latina, they will come with their torches, arsonists at our throats, pero we will never let them incendiarnos, we will never let them destroy our carefully crafted flock, and we will never drown in their salted mouths. Mi mamá y su mamá y la mamá de ella, looking up at me, looking down on me, filling my bones with tar-flavored words. You will never be quien eres realmente, and I will never truly see you. Un día de estos vamos a aprender cómo se dice la palabra amor en un idioma que nadie más entiende, but for now we allow ourselves to transcend the ever-changing tradition of our speech and love what we can. Mi gente, te amo, until my tongue is cut from my mouth and I can no longer breathe. I love you. Maybe one day we'll live in a world where we don't have to set fire to ourselves to be seen. Also, I do actually, in fact, crazy story, have a poetry Instagram. It's called Cambiarando, which is like a little play on words in Spanish. It's annoying of me, but it's C-A-M-B, actually I can't spell in my head. Cambiar, A-M-D-O. Spell it for yourself. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Wonderful, wonderful, okay. Don't worry, I too cannot spell. I promise you, I found out the hard way. All right, so I've been told that we're good till 10:30. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people left to go. I'm letting you know in advance, so we're gonna try to speed run this young. All right, so on deck. Yes, thank you. I love unison. So on deck we have Aiden Gibbs. Clap it up for Aiden Gibbs real quick. Yeah. We're coming to the stage right now. Come to the stage right now. We got Gabriel Ramirez. Clap it up for Gabriel Ramirez. Yeah.
Okay, polka dots. Okay, overall.
Okay,
cozy. Okay, okay, Kristen. Okay, no glasses. All right. Early. Okay, lots of.
Hi everyone. Shouts out to Babel. Can everyone please just make some more noise for the Babel Collective? Yeah, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was like, Mary, what should I do? And Mary was like, that one. I was like, okay, Mary. So yeah. Also, like, content warning, police violence. Cool. Black boy auditions for his own funeral. How was that? Did my silence break the small mother in your chest? I was going for this closed casket kind of quiet, you know? Makes sense like an autopsy. Cause of death, racism, time of death. When America opened my diasporic mouth, poured disposable down my throat, and it became the only language I knew. Poison so thick, you could call it an accent, call it self-hate, you know. Black folk be fresh meals, be what the prison industrial complex fill their wallets with. Black movies so low budget, we could use the concrete instead of a crucifix. Yeah, it's fine. Haven't had a casting call, so I've been training with a cop. You know, he told me to get against the wall. You know, he told me to get on the ground. Now, you know, he told me to say my lines with his gun and my mouth, and he didn't believe there could be a God in my sometimes church body. And thirsty for faith, he shot rounds at my stained glass skin, wanted to see a God that looked like him, ooze from the rapture of me. Do I look the part yet? I spent all day with the mortician. They like me. They saw my head shot. You can put as many holes in me as you want. You know, I could dance despite the bullets. These seeds police planted to make me a field of blooming things like activists or protesters or hashtags at the morgue. They held my mother, they held my body like my mother would, but not like my mother did at the hospital, trying to squeeze the rhythm back into my chest. Will the sequel be about my mother? In a courtroom, wailing her way into a settlement of I was only doing my job, and a check to pacify her raging blood. Take what flowers grow from me. Make a bouquet for my mother, for all mothers who lose children and are left with shovels to bury what they thought would be the rest of their lives. Roll the credits. A round of applause for every cop that made it to the big screen with their hands too full of fundraised retirement money to carry any kind of accountability. Roll the credits, walk out the theater, all the names of the taken from us too soon, ascending into some rushed and forgotten heaven. Let my death be your last take, and in this final shot, when you're burying me, please, 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 make sure you get my good side.
Just because I know they're going to say it if I don't do it. You can follow me at Ramirez Poet. That's just RAMIREZPOET. And also RamirezPoet.com. I teach workshops. I perform. I also just like cold brew coffee. But yeah, shouts out to y'all. Have a good night.
That reminds me, I want us to get back to a healthy bartering system, because if I could be paid in cold brews for anything that I do, and in fact, I'm being paid $25 in pizza for this. I think I'm
You would already be very happy.
Listen, I'm so ready to trade a car for 3 goats. So on deck we have Demo. Clap it up for Demo real quick. So coming to the stage right now we have Aiden Gibbs. Clap it up for Aiden Gibbs.
Hey everyone, I am also Baby Babel.
Whoa!
And today I will be performing my Hermit poem. So shout out to them for helping me to write that with the prompt. And it's basically a poem inside of the beginning of a recipe. You know, like the part where they're like, they found, like, you'll see. If you haven't read one, it's okay. So the poem is called To Make My Mother Love My Father Less. The best place to buy history is at the marketplace. Today, I write this after an extensive bout of hunger for memories I've never seen. Dear readers, thank you for inspiring yet another recipe for longing. When you read them, you help me to survive. And remember that when I was 8, my mother made me suffer my father. And the taste of Snotley's tears has lingered for years, the dual undertones of salt and dread. Now I can offer you the list of ingredients I know all too well. I thought about them in the morning when I looked at my mother, and about how you must all know the dread of losing to someone who left. The spice I've labeled naivety. I sprinkle over questions of what made her love him and why couldn't I? I buy all of my groceries at different places, and I hope you do too, because the secret to this dish is to move around so much that you forget home. If you reference 3 posts ago, you'll see how to make a home a house and do it again. How all houses I've known with my father withered. But to keep them green, we keep them cold. This is a tip I learned in a conversation my mother told me. Hate is irrelevant if you store it away. Hate is the heart of this dish. And I argue it's relevant. I bought my father many years ago, and I keep him in a garden where I pick out all he could have been. With his pride, he never withers. I cultivate bitterness between the rows, its roots sinking deeper than any love he could give. My mother suggests to keep him in the fridge. Your mother will sprout up anywhere. If your mother is not just outside your door, I suggest you buy a non-organic. Fill your fridge with pleasantries if you can't stand the sound of doubt. The bitterness of an organic mother gives this dish depth, but we are all just surviving, and non-organic will do. The home is optional, but you must buy a house. An apartment with thin walls and the lights don't work will do just fine. I've also found this controversial to those who've lived in homes, but they've never lived a life where they had to see if there was even a house in the memory to begin with. The oven is cold and won't turn on. So I sit and think about what warmth is supposed to feel like. This is a dish I always make in the depths of myself. I eat these pieces until I am full.
Yeah, okay. So, we got 2 more people. Oh my God, what are we gonna do with ourselves? So on deck. On deck. Thank you. All I've ever wanted was community support. On deck. On deck. Thank you. So on deck we have Saskia. Coming to the stage right this second. Right now we've got Demo Ortiz.
Right, yeah. We got 5 minutes left in here, y'all. All right, so we're gonna make it cute, make it quick. The following poem, this is new shit. New shit! Exactly. Which is inspired by my sweet sip that just went on. Gabriel, thank you for your light and your courage in this world. Thinking a lot about what was said before about grief, because grief reminds us that we are still alive. But my grief comes to me in moments of faint whispers and faint hums drumming up into a louder heartbeat where I say, shout out to the dead, to the dead, to the dead, and suddenly memory shocks myself out of my subconscious. This merry-go-round bus stop should state, here lies every time my grief made me hate when I was alive. For my breath is guilt. This time stands still like tombstone as the dead are just behind me as the wheels edge closer and closer. The gravel rises and the earth and I have a seance in every heartbeat, but not like they're peeking through shadows to suddenly scare me, but see me within the rustle of this wind. And the sun still shines. It merely feels like laughter is in the sky as I stare to the clouds. My pride arrives suddenly as gleefully, happily child to know that vastness still doesn't mean that bad things can actually be far away for once. And it faints and it drums like a whisper in the night because I know that the angels that are still around me were really just good people with lovely memories that just became that. And I sigh because my lungs no longer have the suffocation after remembering the space where we still both had this room to grow. I have an album of old voicemails from my dad because hearing him still reminds me to exhale the same breath as a loved one, to feel like we're still on the same prayer that God can let our laugh hug our voices one more time as we finally get to speak. And I'm happy to know it's still you. After all this time, we're still here. So I do have a poetry page. It is at Demo's Poetry.
Follow it.
Follow it, please. We just got removed from being doxxed. Yeah. And we have a new collab that is out, so.
That little part that you just said there sounds terrifying.
It was. It's true.
Oh my God.
But yeah, follow it.
All right. They can try to hold us down, but they can never stop us.
Yep.
All right, so you got one person left. Yeah. I mean, no, so one person left. No more on deck, but coming up to the stage now. Going up to the stage right now.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I have to tell myself if I was afraid.
Okay, Leather.
Okay, caller.
I'm actually a Temple alum, but I never joined Babel, and I really wish I would have had the space to, but I was running around town.
Fucking with my round.
All right. Okay. So this poem is actually also inspired by Gabriel Ramirez, and it is a palindrome. So a palindrome is a word or a phrase or a poem that can be read both forward and backward. So this is my paternal palindrome. May he rest in the pieces of me he swallowed, smiling something like snarl, I pray. Today the panther slays the wolf to unsheathe his wet dog. What becomes of the begetter but his miserable daughter, suffering in silence like knees over rice. Mettez-vous à genoux, the prelude to crucifixion. Qui s'en défait? Each scar a memory still sour on my tongue. His primitive cannibal and cinder heart torched her chamber, still ablaze. You trapped my mother. I wonder now if God reads my letters. Tears smudge supplications, begging for mercy. Locked in this house, a childhood is lost. The eldest in the pack still keeping my brothers away from monsters, my old man. Again, like regret, I stay in his cowardice. Here I am, a reflection of his damnation. Even in dreams, fear will paralyze. Here's the screaming between the two of us and whoever falls first. Whoever falls first between the two of us and hears the screaming, fear will paralyze, even in dreams. A reflection of his damnation, here I am in his cowardice. Again, like regret, I stay away from monsters, my old man keeping my brothers. The eldest in the pack still, a childhood is lost, locked in this house, begging for mercy. Tears smudge supplications. God reads my letters. I wonder now if you trapped my mother. Still ablaze, torch her chamber and cinder heart. His primitive cannibal still sour on my tongue. Each scar a memory. Qui s'en défait? The prelude to crucifixion. Mettez-vous à genoux, knees over rice. Suffering in silence like his miserable daughter. What becomes of the begetter but to unsheathe his wet dog? Today the panther slays the wolf, smiling something like snarl, I pray. May he rest in the pieces of me he swallowed. My plug, my name is Saskia. My social media, my email, my website are all my name. I recently dropped a website. It's bysaskia.co. My joke is that I couldn't afford the M. And I also have a feature coming up at the Wilma Theater on June 17th. And so tickets are, I think it's pay what you wish. But yes, if you go on my Instagram page at Saskia Kersey, then you'll find the information there. Thank you.
That's the end of our show.
Thank you so much for coming. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. This has been Babel Mother Tongues. We hope you have a wonderful time. Thank you so much for showing up. So snacks, drinks, and donations outside. What do you think?
Our Instagram is at Babel Poetry Collective. You'll be able to see pictures and videos of us and also be able to keep up to date with our next performances and also see me shaking ass on TikTok there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Post pictures and videos of us on your Instagram story and we'll post them. Keep up to date with us. Y'all are really hot, but get the fuck out of here. Good night.
Not like I love your pose.
Oh, you want to say bye to the live stream?
No! Hi, live stream! We got 2 live streams today, man. Hi! Babel's number 1 fan! Yay! Go Babel! Woo! My head's so itchy. So itchy.
I wish it was better lighting. How do I turn the live stream off?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What you know about that? You know what I'm saying? No, I think it's actually off. I think the battery's dead, so I think it's fine.
No, it's on.
It's on. So let me tell you about the geopolitical economic state of the world right now, right? Jaden Smith would spit on the ground the way the world is going right now. I need you to call your local representatives about all the things going on overseas, not just in Palestine, but everywhere. Think about the people. Think about all of the people that are alive right now, but are under the siege of their governing bodies. I need you to think about that. If they don't leave those people alone, free the guards.
I'm keeping that in too. How long were you talking about?
Say bye to the live stream.
Bye, Livestream. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and tuning in. Please watch, and also we have suggested donations, Venmo and Cash App, I think, in the description. So if you want to donate any money to help us keep doing this poetry, you're more than welcome to. Thank you so much.
Donate.
Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. All right, let's finish. Let's finish this off. All right, let me put
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking of that.